Based on what? Based on what? Have you ever asked yourself this? Really, really stop with this. When you ask yourself this, based on what? You can take yourself on such a beautiful journey. Get yourself into such an incredible state and space where you truly get to sit as witness to what's going on, to what's going on within yourselves. And it's so easy to say, well, it's based on, and then get out of ourselves, get outside of ourselves, and then pull other people, other characters into the narrative of our own personal story and the story that we have with our own personal experience about what we're going through. Based on what? Because it all beliefs. It really is all beliefs. Life is this culmination of internal transformational beliefs. So, based on what? So, when you're sitting with yourself and you hear a story, you hear or you feel or you experience this internalness that feels like ickiness or stickiness or a problem, a loop or a cycle or a pattern or habit or behavior that you notice. Okay, here it is again. Here it is again. Here I am coming back to this again with the understanding, the acceptance, the willingness, and the awareness to see there's something here for me. Because if there wasn't, I wouldn't be coming back here again. There's something more. And leave the I must have missed it last time. What's wrong with me? Why is this always happening to me? Leave the victimness of it and step into the powerfulness of it and really step into the contemplation of it. There's more here. That's exciting. What is it? What is it that I get to experience? What is it that I now get to embrace and to embody and to embed within? What is it? And really just sit with that. What is this? What is this based on? Based on what? Okay, if I'm hearing the story, if I'm listening to myself say the story, and you'll know what it is because it'll be the thing that you share with friends. It'll be the things that you speak, that you say, because those are from the head, those are from the mouth, but they come from the heart. And that's really what matters. And so what is this based on? And not just external evidence, what is the internal belief that it's based on? Based on what? And you'll notice there are other characters in the story. Well, based upon what this person said about when I did this, no, you're missing it. And a lot of us get into this and then we miss it. And then we feel bad for missing it because it feels like there's a target and we feel like we've missed the mark, like we've taken our shot and we've gotten off track. We didn't even land anywhere near getting it. So if getting it is in the center of the target, and we say based on what? And we're seeing, we feel like, I got close, but not quite. I'm kind of there, but I feel like I missed it. I feel like there's more. Okay, so there's more adjustment. There's more slowing down. Maybe you shot too quickly. Maybe you pulled back too fast. Maybe you were in a rush and you were hurried to get a particular outcome or result. And the result, you had a story around a perception of, well, if I get this, then that, then I'll be happy. Then I'll be satisfied. Then I'll have made it. Then I'll be this. And then I won't have to deal with that. Based on what? What internal belief, not what external evidence. Oh, well, then someone else will say this, or then, this relationship or this experience with this person in that way will change like that. When the based on is a belief and not an external circumstance, situation, relationship, or experience, you really get to go deeper within and really see what it is that your life is based on. Based on what? What belief about yourself? I can't do this. I can only do this because based on what? Those are external circumstances and situations. So when you turn it around and you turn it inward and you create it as an internal experience, you get to see what it truly is based on, based upon the belief that if I don't, then I'll never make it, or that they're right about me, that I'm stupid, that I'm incapable, that I can't, or that I have evidence that I can, and this really matters to me, and I'm continuing to move towards the goals and dreams and wishes and desires that I have, that I'm continuing to evolve, I'm continuing to grow and learn and expand and develop and deepen my experience with myself. So based on what? And when you're really sitting and contemplating with this, sit with the beliefs. What do I believe about me if? And that may be a connection to an external circumstance. If this happens, then what? Because there's always a narrative, a dialogue, and a story around it based on something internal. The reflection of the external is always based on something that is internal, a belief that's internal. And the key is really to deeply connect with the internal unconscious beliefs. That can only be done so much consciously, because then you hit a wall. And generally, the wall that you hit is fear. Like if you imagine like a giant wall, right? Brick, block, whatever, picket, wood, stone, doesn't really matter. But a lot of us have this sensation, a vision. We can imagine, we can experience something. It's this internal feeling like I feel like I can only go this far, and then I get stuck, and then I get stopped, and then I get blocked, and I desire to go beyond that. I desire to go through it. But whatever it is, I want to get around it. I feel like it's stopping and blocking me. Based on what? And that's an internal unconscious belief. And we can only get so far to get through that consciously, because there's fear on the other side of it. And so therefore it's a defense mechanism that's thrown up, that's put into place to say, don't go that way. And that's unknown on the other side. But there's this desire to get to the other side, to experience what you believe or perceive you'll experience when you're there. And it takes you away from here. So based on what? Based on what internal beliefs, not based on what external circumstance and situation. And that is why I just love the power of working with my clients privately, personally, because we get through this rapidly. We get to the internal unconscious beliefs because your body will present to you, will show you, will showcase to you what's happening, where you're experiencing it, what sensations come up as a consistent, constant pattern, that every time you experience this, say, that's the way, that's it right there. That when you're only working unconsciously or with yourself internally, you miss, or you can't get to or get through on your own because of that defense mechanism and coping mechanism, because of that internal wall. And your mind goes, you know what, just grab your phone and start scrolling, just call this person, just go here, just make plans to do that, just go do this instead, just go shopping, just go eat, just go drink, just go do this, just go watch that video, just do this. And then we like to assign and attach labels to that. Oh, you have ADD. Oh, you have ADHD. No. That's you have attention to. And when we put our attention to, what is this? When we put our attention to what's happening internally inward, and when we put the investment in getting through, breaking through those subconscious beliefs internally, then we get to experience the things that we desire to. It's quite magical. It's quite beautiful. I actually just sent out a email, an email. I was talking to my daughter about that this morning. All the vowels, an email, and when to use those appropriately. So here we go. Here's a perfect example of that. And the question was, what is it that you'd like to see more from me, right? What are the upcoming programs? What are the things that you really would like to take deeper within yourself, deeper within the collective, deeper within group programs, masterminds, and all those things? And it was a couple of people that I've already worked with to get through these things for themselves personally and internally, that the responses were, it's been a while since we've connected, so much has changed, like I don't even know where to start, where to begin to tell you how much has changed. And we're always doing that when we get through that block and through that wall, because our internal unconscious beliefs transform. We get to experience so much changed, and we get to actually embrace and fall in love with and enjoy the change, because the change is part of the journey. And it's the most beautiful, magical part of the journey. So I would love to connect with you, especially if this resonates with you and you are someone who's ready to invest in yourself, and going deeper within yourself, deeper into the internal unconscious beliefs, and getting out of that external block, the external stop, and seeing what is it that I need to do. It's so much less about what you actually need to do, and so much more about who you desire to be. And who you really desire to be is who your soul already is who you already are, is to fully embrace all of who you already are and get the parts that are in hiding out of hiding, gets the parts that are carrying the shame and the guilt and the resentment and the blame. Have those parts of you, let that all go so you can fully be all of you and all that you know, because you know so much already. You can listen to this and you can ask someone for advice, and then you'll hear your internal mind go, oh, God, I know it's just that, and then create a story around that. And that story is an external diversion away from the internal unconscious beliefs. And when you get to those, you get to be free. It's absolutely true and pure magic. I love you guys. That is it for today. I've got a call to hop on, but I'm sending you all my love. Bye for now.